We are in the midst of a spiritual war. We are all falling victim to spiritual warfare. This is something that gets spoken about relatively often on this app or possibly amongst certain circles of people that believe this to be true. But what does it mean? What does that mean, spiritual warfare? What's going on? What's truly happening? And how powerful and terrible is this spiritual warfare? Spiritual warfare is essentially the breaking of a collective spirit. Humans are essentially, whether they are atheist, Muslim, Buddhist, pagan, Christian, whatever, we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. We all come to this planet the same way. We are all products of this miracle of life. We're all created the same way. Whether that creation is occurring in Thailand or Ukraine or Palestine or Brazil, the United States, Canada, the UK. Everybody is created the same way, and everybody comes into this world the same way. And before all of the propaganda, before all of the whitewashing, the brainwashing, all of it, we all come here to Earth as humans wanting the same thing. What we all want is the right to liberty, the right to life, and the right to the pursuit of happiness. I said it in the wrong order, but that's okay. We're going to keep going. Life is a right. We are allowed this. No one has the right to take it away from us because it is inherently our right. This means that food and water are human rights. I do not care what my government, the United States, or Israel has to say about that. The fact that they voted that that is not a human right makes them evil. Also, shelter. That is a human right. Anything that's needed to sustain a healthy life is a right. Liberty. We are all entitled to the right to be free to do whatever it is we really want to do, barring those things that infringe on the rights of others to do that. Obviously, you cannot infringe on any of these three rights because it's what makes you happy. So that's sort of like the caveat on the side. But we have the right to speak our minds without any kind of governmental repercussions. We have the right to practice whatever faith, religion, or nothing at all that we want or feel called to do. We have the right to do whatever it is that makes us human, that makes us sparkle, that makes us uniquely beautiful. If it's protesting, if it's picking up a hobby and sharing it with the world, if it's having opinions, if it's writing, if whatever it is, we have that right. And then the pursuit of happiness. Everybody wants to be happy. We all want these things for our family. It's very difficult to chase happiness when you're very much concerned about the life and the rights of those that you love and those that you're responsible for. But we all have a right to pursue what makes us happy. If that's marriage with the same-sex partner, then so be it. If it's practicing a religion that your neighbor doesn't practice, then so be it. Whatever it is. These are all things that all humans want. No matter where on the globe we happen to spring forth by the miracle of life. It's not your neighbor that is your enemy, even if your neighbor voted for the candidate that you perceive to be infringing on your rights. Your neighbor doesn't really have any power. They don't. Because here's the thing. These politicians, they are supposed to be representatives, but they are not representing us. And in fact, we don't even really need them to vote for us anymore. We have these phones. We don't need anyone to vote for us. Just assign us all a voter identification number and have us vote ourselves. They're not voting in our best interest. They may say they're going to, but if my interest conflicts with the interest of Amazon or the Blue Star State, who do you think my representative is going to vote in favor of? They could have 100% of the people that put them into power saying they want one thing, but if that doesn't jive with what Pfizer is paying them to want to vote for, we're not getting our way. That's not how this works anymore. I don't understand why people don't get that. Your neighbor's not your enemy. It's just easier to fight with your neighbor because you actually can. And by neighbor, I mean, anybody that's amongst us, anyone that's not in a suit and a tie, taking airplane rides to Washington to vote for whoever they're being paid for that week. Those guys, those are the enemies, red and blue. Because the blue is not as blue as you think it is, and the red is not as red as you think it is. They're not really so divided as you think they are. But they sure as shit have us all pretty divided. And that's by design. They've broken our collective spirit. They've broken the fact, or the remembrance that we're all one. That what we all want is just life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We don't want corporations to profit at record numbers, especially since the pandemic, at our detriment, putting groceries on credit cards. We don't want that. We don't want homelessness to be made illegal. We don't want our tax dollars funding wars abroad, or coups, or regime changes. We don't want that. We don't want our tax dollars funding genocides. We don't want our tax dollars funding ballrooms. There are so many things that we do not want in favor of everything we do want. And that's affordable healthcare, affordable groceries, affordable housing. All those things that align with life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So we all need to pull together. Remember that spiritually, or however you want to frame it in your mind, we are one. We are all human. We all come to this earth the same way, and we are all going to leave it the same way. And everything we do in between those 2 points has to matter. We have to make it matter. We have to continue to stand for our life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness so that those that come after us don't have to do that. We're the ones that got us into this mess, and we need to get us out of this mess, and we need to stop fighting each other. We need to stop looking at our neighbors as our enemies and realizing that those without power cannot actually be our enemies, and take them on as allies so that we can fight those that actually are our enemies. That's all I have for this video. I hope that helps.